I want to tell you a story. It starts at the water's edge, with a vision for what the future could hold. It's been a century. Can you believe it? For 100 years I've watched you, felt the beat of your footsteps, seen you paddle with excitement and revel in your success. At first I wasn't sure what this would become, but as the years passed, I figured it out. It's about people. It's about connection. And a promise to be a steward of the land. A promise that you've made good on. A lot has changed over the century, and I've seen it all. I feel fortunate to have had you all here with me. You're a bright spot in an ever-changing world. Simplicity at its best. Camaraderie and respect. The other fellow first. The beauty of what you've got going is that while so much has changed, things at camp tend to stay the same. And I see you making advancements and expanding programming, giving the youth a chance to lean on one another, an opportunity to spread their wings. But this new generation, they're going to try and convince you that they're different. It's your job to remind them that camp is built on tradition. Now, you may be asking yourself, who am I to make such observations? And I don't blame you. The world is different. But my energy is the same that your great-grandparents felt. My song is the same song that campers have been singing for 100 years. But we can come back to that later. All I know is that I see you run the same paths as those that came before you. I see you learn the same skills to float you through life. I've watched you build lasting friendships and warm yourselves by the same fires.
Camp has stayed the same, but changed so much. And the love and the support that you get when you just step foot to this place is insane to feel. My name is Annabelle Seeley, and I started coming to Camp Daggett when I was 9 as a camper, and then I decided to come back out and become a staff member, and now I work as the Assistant Director of Programs. When I was a camper at 9 years old, and I kept coming back until I was 14, it was my favorite place to be. My favorite place to come during the summer. It was home, and it's such like a relief to just know that you have so many people here supporting you. I'm so excited to be honoring the past and building the future of Camp Daggett.
Well, Mac McMillan was a teacher at the same time I was a gym teacher at Petoskey Schools. Mac is the one, of course, who started the camp. So he came to me and asked me if I'd be interested in doing that. I, of course, agreed to it. My name is Margaret Johnson, and I was one of the early leaders at Camp Daggett. I was the girls' director of the camp in 1954 and 1955. I was 27 at the time, and I am now 97. The girls came mostly from the Petoskey area, but some were from downstate. They seem to all blend in together and have really a good time and making a lot of new friendships. Personally, it just was a happy place to be. I think it's really important for the next generations that this continues.
When we tell them that they technically are in the deed to the kids of Charlevoix and Emmett County, they always are like, oh my God, we own camp, like we own it. And they just get so excited because it is the people, and I think it's just everyone silently knows that you're here for a reason, and everyone's reason may be different, but it all like serves the same purpose. Hi, my name's Luke. I am currently the Assistant Director of Cabin Counseling here at Camp Daggett for our 99th summer. I was never a camper or a volunteer staff member. I had never heard of Daggett until I looked up online summer camps in Michigan, and Daggett really caught my eye. It just ropes you in year after year. One of my favorite things with the history of camp is how we acquired the land. When Walter J. landed here and did camp, he finally approached Harriet Harper and asked if he could buy the land. And she said no at first because she had conditions. Her conditions were that no adult, no person could own the property that is Camp Daggett. It would have to belong to the kids of Charlevoix and Emmett County. So we acquired this land for the kids, which is our entire purpose of camp, is to be here for the kids and to do everything we do for our campers and to build them. And then knowing that we got it for $1 just shows how much care and how much love there has always been for camp, and how everyone who is somehow connected to camp just wants to better it.
Back then, if you think of what we had in the 20s, we didn't have all the cars and the Ubers and all the flashy boats and things like that, but we did have the land and the sky and the water, and we had the counselors and the campers, and it all came together.
Hi, I'm Stephen Post.
And I'm Mary Post, and we are the grandchildren of Walter and Thelma Macmillan, who founded this camp on behalf of the community of Petoskey in the early 1920s.
Where I find it so fascinating about the early days of camp is just basically how they set it up. And everything that my grandfather told me was that it wasn't really him, it was more the community efforts and to get the tents up, to get water here, somehow find a farmer that is willing to provide food and bring food in and fresh milk, and where are they going to get the ice, and how is this all going to keep everything good in the early days. And they didn't even have electricity here until 1934.
Back then, the camp brought a community, a different type of community, kind of the same sort of community that camp brings now. Almost everybody who leaves Camp Daggett feels like they're part of something. You feel like you're part of this family, and that you've all had these wonderful experiences together. To have all these friends, you came to this place, you were usually pretty scared. If it was your first summer, if it was your second or third summer, you were excited because you're going to see your old counselors and your old friends. And I know that that's the same type of thing that they had back then in the 20s and 30s.
My grandfather was a very strong Christian with a very big heart. He called this place the world of unconditional love. That means you accept everybody, you're kind, and the other fellow first was like, you go through the line and you tell everyone to get in front of you, and then you just keep working until the one in the front is in the back. But you do it with peace and love and understanding, and it's just wonderful.
This was a place that they helped with everyone else, build it with love, and it should stand for future generations. So, looking forward to the next 100 years, we are very excited to be honoring the past.
And looking towards the future.
Many years ago, John Heinzelman, who was a teacher at Petoskey Middle School, had decided that he wanted to do experiential education in his classroom, and so that was really the beginning of the adventure program.
We really work on creating that atmosphere that makes students feel comfortable to do things that they might not normally do.
I'm Lori McMurray, and I work at Camp Daggett Adventure Center, and I'm one of the co-directors there.
I'm Mary Ling. I'm the other co-director working at the Adventure Center. Lori and I have both worked there for over 20 years.
The whole program was based on the full value agreement, which is working as a team and speaking up and also being safe. And we always talk about two kinds of safety, physical, but what's even more important is emotional safety.
John felt that was really important to do character education, and the full value agreement covers that, giving students self-confidence, self-esteem, knowing how to work together even though there can be many differences among students. Especially right now in our society, it's really easy to find differences and to make opinions and make judgments. And we really work on breaking those judgments, those preconceived ideas down, and finding commonality. Because you can be different than other people, but you still have to work together.
Probably the most exciting moment is when groups first come to the Adventure Center and very much stand by themselves. They're not involved. All the activities we do encourages the whole team to mingle and get to know each other and not just be with your best friend. And it's really empowering at the end of the day.
So for the first 74 years, Camp Daggett was a summer camp. With the inclusion of adventure education, we are now a year-round camp. Everybody can use some team building and a day away from the office having fun with your coworkers.
One of the things that I think is most important to make camp a success has been all of the service groups of Charlevoix and Emmet County that have committed time and efforts to keep the cabins in shape and help throughout the year as needed. So many volunteer groups come out to Camp Daggett and help in various areas. And that, I think, is a major success. My name is Tom Teskey, and I'm the current board president here at Camp Daggett. Well, I think our most important mission is to the youth of Northern Michigan. And the more that we can do to engage them and have them participate in learning, that's a lifetime experience. And I think it's something we can't lose, as society grows and expands, gets more technology oriented. And so I think this becomes a real privilege to be able to have this type of experience in something that effectively hasn't changed that much over the 100 years. I mean, yes, we have maybe more buildings, but for the most part, things haven't changed much. The cabins are basically the same, and everyone has a memory of that. So I think it's just important that we continue to try and preserve this special place on the earth. One of the things we're most proud of here is honoring the past and building for the future. And I think that's very important, and I thank everyone who's been involved over the years and has contributed to Camp Daggett's success.
I believe in Camp Daggett as a community resource, just like a library, just like a school club. This place is something that can help children grow, help families grow, and help children develop. Hi, my name is Megan Dennison Zutzma. I was a former camper at Camp Daggett as well as Camp Quality, a camp for children with cancer that was hosted here for many years. Yeah, the invisible superpower of camp is maybe you have a home life that's maybe not so great. Maybe you're struggling in school, but the moment you step foot on campus at Camp Daggett, all of those things go away. I believe in the mission of Camp Daggett. I believe so wholeheartedly that this is a thread of the community, and you're able to connect with other campers who might be going through different things, but together you're all in the same boat at summer camp, being able to do the things that you love. That superpower of summer camp has always been here for me and for others. Many children don't have that opportunity to take a step away, and having a place like this is so important to me even 20, 23 years later, to be able to step away from everything going on in the outside world and just have a safe space. It gave me the confidence growing into teenagehood and into adulthood to do things that are scary, and that has been with me since my first time here. The other fellow first, you would see those signs around, and that kind of was ingrained in the Camp Quality kids. You guys taught us the importance of a community, the importance of lending a hand to someone else. So whether you are a Camp Daggett camper or you were a Camp Quality camper, many years ago here, I feel like the spirit of Camp Daggett really was instilled into all of these kids, no matter what camp you were attending.
When do I start?
Hi, my name is?
Hi, my name is Mitchell and I'm 13. This is my first year at Camp Daggett and so far I've had a lot of fun.
Hi, my name is Victoria Carroll and I've been to Camp Daggett for 3 years. This will be my 3rd and final year.
Hi, I'm Zoe. I'm a 6th year camper.
My name is Nadia Pontus. This is my 2nd year at camp and I come from the Detroit area.
My name's Aaron and I've been coming to camp for 7 years.
Hi, my name is Piper and I'm a 1st year camper. Also, I'm like 4th generation coming. I don't know his name, but my great-grandpa, my grandpa, and like all of his siblings, and then all of my mom's siblings.
And then here you are. And what's the deal? Someday if you have kids, you're gonna send them here too?
Probably, yes.
You make such good friends here. Everybody puts a smile on your face. It's a chance to be yourself.
I've made so many friends. You already feel like family. Yeah, I think it's like really easy because we're all in the same cabin. We all talk to each other. And because there's no phones or electronics, we all socialize a lot more.
You get to keep the old connections you have, and you also get to make new ones each year. So even if the relationships aren't that long, you might see them later, and it's a lot of fun to have them while you're there at camp.
Just like there with all of those people makes me just feel like I'm at home and I have like 15 brothers and sisters.
I was kind of shy at first, but like as soon as I got to the 2nd day, it was like so much fun and you get to meet so much other people.
See, at home I would probably just be like watching a YouTube video, but when I'm here I can go swimming or on a boat, or tie-dye is a lot of fun, or you could go in the woods, and there's a lot of different things to do that I wouldn't get the opportunity to do elsewhere.
You make such good friends, lifelong friendships, so many memories. It's so much fun. Like, it's so sad when you have to leave, but when you think about the time you've had, it really just makes up for it. Like, all the counselors are so nice. Everything's amazing. Like, I would just come to camp. It's amazing. I love it here.
I think there are a lot of people that get different things out of camp. Some have never been outside, some have never sailed, some have never canoed, some have never kayaked. But I feel like it impacts everybody differently. I feel like everybody takes away from camp what they need. My name is Sarah Roach and I've done it all. I started as a camper at age 7 and I worked all the way through. I'm a lifetime camper, 7 to 14. I became a program camper, helped around camp as a volunteer, 2 years as a CIT, spent some time in the Potawatomi cabin as a counselor, and even was the sailing area director. My final year at camp, I thought I closed the door and moved on to the education world, and they called me one day and said, "We need you to help flip pancakes." So I came on out, flipped some pancakes. I think one of my favorite things about camp is the land. I think that is the piece that has been here forever. I think that it's important to take care of it. It's important to teach children to take care of it. I also believe that the land is unique. There aren't many places where you can walk the trails or snowshoe the trails or sail, canoe, kayak, hike. And I think it's important to teach everybody to be prepared to take care of the land.
Well, if you could put a time capsule over the top of this place and leave it and let it be so kids can come and see what the outdoors is all about. My name is Dave Kring. I've been a camper here back in the 50s. My mom was a cook here. My 2 sons went to camp here, and 2 of my grandchildren have gone to camp here. It's part of us, it's part of our community, it's part of our family, and every kid should experience it. There's a lot of kids that don't get that opportunity to be outside as much as our family has. And so we just figured if we could make it easy for kids to participate in these activities through this fund, then it would benefit everybody. We just thought that fund, Outdoor Youth Adventure Fund, to train kids in not only helping out here at Camp Daggett, but snowmobile safety, hunter safety, and that sort of thing. Jeff was an outdoor guy, and that sort of thing. But it goes on and on. So we just feel that anything we can do to get kids out, but get them interested in their environment, it's a good thing.
Camp Daggett grows on you. It's like a fungus. And once you're here and you're involved with the kids, you'll always come back. It gets to your heart very hard, and it stays there. Hi, my name is John Hess. I've been a member of their board for 30-some years. I'm now an emeritus member, and great place for kids. Number one, I hope it's here in 100 years. And I hope it stays for the kids, for children, and I hope it stays just as it is, as a fun camp for kids. Because that's, I think, the original people when they started this is exactly what they wanted, and it's continued on, and I would like to see it continue in that particular vein.
Camp is about people. It's the people that make this place special. You have to start somewhere. But we always had good people. I am Ed Leverins, and I've done a lot of different jobs around Camp Daggett over the 20 years that I've worked for them. I get a lot of remarks from people about the change in people. When they come out here and they volunteer and they see the children running around and the smiles on their faces. They're so happy. Camp Daggett has always been like an oasis, or it changes people's lives. Seen a lot of people's lives changed for the better. I'm very fortunate to stumble across Camp Daggett, and it's made my life a lot better.
And isn't that the truth? Thanks for taking a trip back in time with me. Thanks for always putting the other fellow first. Thanks for constantly striving to be the best that you can be. And in case you haven't figured out the answer to your original question, who am I? I'm the reason camp came to be. I'm the hardworking folks that brought this land up. I'm the wind in your sails and the water below your boat. I'm the pride you feel when you accomplish something new, and the sense of family you get when you're with your bunkmates. I'm the same fire that campers have gathered around for 100 years. I am the spirit of camp, and so are you.